Today, you will complete the learning environment and curriculum portion of our onboarding process. Curriculum. We use an emergent curriculum at the Oakley School, which includes the child initiated and teacher directed activities and experiences which are offered to young children that support and enrich their development physically, emotionally, socially, and cognitively. We believe that there are 100 different languages in which children learn. This is the idea that children learn through varied styles, tempos, materials, and experiences. All domains of development are addressed in ways that honor each child's unique perspective on understanding. We use a very particular cycle of inquiry for each teacher in our classroom. Teachers engage in a cycle of inquiry with children that includes observing them in a play based environment, planning intentional teaching provocations, reflecting on how children are learning and processing information, and last but certainly not least, documenting this entire process in our Brightwheel app. Highlights of our curriculum include, but are not limited to, a strong image of children. We believe that children are strong, rich, and capable. All children have potential, curiosity, and interest in constructing their own learning. Student interest. A high value is placed on interests of the children in such a way that it drives the planning of all of our provocations and also the setup of the classroom environment. Learning environment. Spaces are designed with young children in mind. They are clean, organized, inviting, and beautiful. Collaboration. Teachers work with children as partner, nurturer, and guide. Together, teachers and children explore long and short term projects. Georgia Early Learning and Development Standards, which are also called the GELs, are used to ensure that students are mastering developmental milestones by the end of each school year. There are five different learning domains: physical development and motor skills, which are also the acronym PDM, communication, language, and literacy, CLL, social and emotional development, SED, approaches to play and learning, APL, cognitive development, and general knowledge, CD. With the Georgia Early Learning and Development Standards, we look at a couple of things. We look at the strand. This strand is going to identify the motor skills. We look at the standard. PDM6 stands for physical development. The area is 6. Here we state that the child will demonstrate fine motor skills. As you see on this diagram, there are different milestones for each age group. PDM 6.0. The indicator point 0 identifies the age group. This is the indicator used for all infant activities. Point 1 identifies 1 year old activities. Point 2 is our 2 year old activities. And point 3 is for our 3 year olds. Every classroom in the Oakley School follows a daily schedule. The daily schedule should be flexible and fluid. It should provide children with a predictable routine for the day. Although children are unable to tell time, they are realistic about what comes next. Therefore, we want to make sure that we're setting them up to be successful by helping them to see that we're meeting their daily needs by providing them with this predictable rhythm for the day. Picture schedules should be posted in classrooms to help students to understand what is coming next in their daily routine. Co-teachers in each classroom and team work cooperatively to create a daily schedule and plan activities that meet each child's developmental abilities and needs. Every staff member is responsible for the carrying out of the schedule and activities. The daily schedule and activities create a balance between active and quiet times, large group and small group, and individual activities, small and large muscle activities, indoor and outdoor playtimes, as well as times for self selection and teacher directed activities. In order for children to be successful, they need consistency. Consistency from day to day is particularly important for the overall well being of the children and the classroom environment. Children thrive on consistency. Routines should be maintained whenever possible for arrivals and departures, meals and snacks, resting or nap times, and personal care routines like diapering, toileting, hand washings, and transitions. Outdoor play. Children will engage in outdoor play experiences in the morning and the afternoon. Each outdoor play session is scheduled for 1 hour. Outdoor play is important to a child's physical development and should be included in the morning and afternoon schedule. Students should practice the gross motor skill listed on the lesson plan for a period of time each day. While outdoors, you also want to make sure that you are taking the time to promote gross motor development. This includes playing with the balls, tossing balls back and forth, encouraging children to kick, climbing, jumping, all of the gross motor skills and the developmental milestones that are listed in the GELs as well as on the developmental milestones list. Focus explorations. Focus explorations, also called child initiated activities, free choice, or self selection, must be included into the morning and afternoon schedule. Teachers are expected to actively participate with the children during free play activities by asking open ended questions about what the children are doing, participating in their pretend play, reading books when prompted, encouraging children to try new activities or play with a new toy or item. Teachers should also actively observe and document during this time. This is a great time to get those provocation pictures of observations completed. Document, take pictures of what it is that a child is doing. This helps you to better learn the child, get to know the child, and identify their learning styles and approaches to play and learning. Nap and rest time. During rest time, soft music should be played and the curtains should be closed. Children should not be forced to sleep, but may be encouraged to lie quietly for a period of time. The length of time a child should have to remain resting varies by child. Children should be provided alternative activities if they're unable to rest. It is also the expectation during rest time that teachers are cleaning and sanitizing different areas of the classroom. If you take notice of the cabinet in your classroom, it identifies one area of the classroom which is to be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized each day. This includes not only removing all items from the shelf, but also cleaning and sanitizing the shelf and the area in that classroom area. We also want to make sure that we're keeping our classrooms clean and tidy. Therefore, each day there's also an item that should be cleaned. For example, on Fridays, we clean and sanitize all of our classroom chairs. Planning time. Planning time varies depending on the daily schedule, the number of students enrolled, and the number of classroom educators. Please make the most use of your time by managing your time wisely. In the morning, when enrollment is slow, this is a great time to plan and gather materials. Nap times is also another great time to use your time wisely by preparing materials in advance. Materials should never be planned or prepared while students are awake and engaged. Lesson planning. Each classroom has weekly lesson plans posted in the classroom. These plans contain a number of invitations to learn, which are designed to foster each child's development and the development of the group as a whole. Lesson plans should be changed in order to accommodate the children's changing interests. Lesson plans should be submitted for review 2 weeks in advance to the pedagogista. Lesson plans should be posted each Friday afternoon for the following week, and all necessary materials, invitations to learn, and provocations should be set out so that the room is arranged and ready for the upcoming week. Unit of inquiry. The use of a unit of inquiry is used to begin curriculum planning. The unit of inquiry should be based upon what the children know and see every day, as well as the children's interests. The unit of inquiry must be age appropriate and may span the length of 1 week or 1 month, depending on the interest level. Teachers are encouraged to discuss with each other their themes and coordinate the sharing of materials and activities. An ongoing project should be planned for each classroom. The teacher should clearly define the goals for a unit of inquiry and projects. Ongoing projects. An ongoing project should be planned for each classroom. These projects should span at least 1 week. However, they may last longer depending on the student's interest. Students should work on these projects each day until completion. Environment setup. The learning environment is the third teacher. The area should be welcoming, culturally representative of the community, aesthetically pleasing, embraces nature, and is filled with purposeful materials. The layout of the environment promotes exploration through play, promotes relationships, communication, and collaboration. Materials added to the environment should promote open ended play, creativity, thinking, and problem solving skills, questions, and experimentation. Each classroom is set up in defined areas, which include construction, home living, reading, math, music, writing, loose part, science, and art. Self selection or individual exploration is a daily part of the curriculum. This means that a child has the opportunity to choose which center or activity he or she participates in. This promotes creative expression and development of very important social skills. The learning space should be organized according to the environment rating scales. Areas should include blocks, dramatic play, art, large and small motor, and books. These areas should be clearly defined with obvious boundaries. We like to make sure that the areas are enclosed on 3 sides. Quiet areas should be set up as far away from noisy activities such as blocks, home living, etc., as possible. The room decor should consist mostly of child artwork and photographs of animals, people, food, and the children themselves at the child's eye level. Room arrangement should take into consideration that staff must be able to see every child at all times. Transition between activities. Transitions can be a very stressful time for children. It is important that the educators are prepared with different transition strategies to not only keep the children's attention, but to also ensure that it's eliminating disruptive behavior. Prior to transitioning, make sure that you're letting the students know what's coming next. Move students in small groups to eliminate disruptive behavior. When moving from area to area, Use music, a fun song to keep children engaged. Although we are a technology free program which does not show videos, feel free to turn your iPod on. Turn on a song that will encourage children to dance and engage in fun activities. Nursery rhymes. Using nursery rhymes is another way to not only build language development, but also encourage children to participate in by keeping their minds engaged. As they're transitioning, state the nursery rhyme. Jack be nimble, Jack be quick. Jack jumped over the candlestick. Children may not only repeat the nursery rhyme, but you also might have them to participate by performing the motions. Finger plays. Finger plays are a great way to keep children engaged by activating their minds and their bodies. Make the transition a game. Classroom postings and displays. Each classroom should have a family board. On the family board, your menu, the annual calendar, the monthly calendar, the daily schedule, and the lesson plan for the current week should be posted. Art display. Original artwork should be displayed inside the classroom at the eye level of the students. Artwork should have students' names and the date. If applicable, all artwork should also have a dictation. Ask the students to tell you about their work and write down this dictation identifying their work from the child's point of view. Artwork displays should have no artwork older than 30 days. Family pictures. Family pictures for each student should be displayed at eye level. Birthday board. An area in the classroom should be designated to include pictures of each student and educator and identify their birthdays. Documentation panels. The learning journey should be displayed, which includes documentation panels and project work. This display should be updated to add to help families to see what it is that their little ones are learning and how they are learning in our learning environment. Resources. There's a plethora of resources located in the classroom manual, which is located in your cabinet. Also, we have electronic resources available for your use. You have now completed the learning environment and curriculum section of our onboarding process. Please complete the paperwork and submit it to your director. Thank you.